So this is going to be the mat we're going to be using, and this is the Stencil masking film, aka Stencil vinyl. This one is by Vivid. I tried a few different ones, but this one seems to be the one that I like the most, so this is what we're going to be using today. And then we also need the transfer film, which I've also tried a few different ones. They're all pretty good, but I kind of like the transfer paper that is more glossy versus like the matte frosted one. All right, so this is pretty much what is going to be used to transfer the stencil to the canvas or whatever surface that you're working on. This is the Cameo 4 that we're going to be using. So we're actually going to cut out the amount of stencil that we need so we can set up our mat and load it into the vinyl cutter. And then I'm going to show you how to pretty much send it to the cutter and then weed it out. All right, and we're going to also use our mat as a measuring, or you could use a ruler, but I find it easier. Also, if you face it down for this part, just place it at the corners. So the 16 mark is here, but we're just gonna do 17 just to be sure. So we'll make a mark at 17, and then that's where we're gonna cut. Also, this is the book here. This book is freaking amazing. Jessie Reyes, oh my god, she's everything. You guys should definitely check it out. I'm gonna take off the protective film. And then place the stencil down. So the width of the stencil is exactly the width of the cutting area of this mat. So make sure you align it across this line. I usually use the edges on the sides as guides because over time your lines might not be 100% straight. So if you use it on the side, it'll always be straight. And then sometimes you'll see that happen. That's from unrolling it. But just try to flatten it out as much as possible, or if it's not flattening, you can just peel it and then lay it down so there's no bubbles. Right, now it should look like that. Okay, now we're going to take our mat and we're going to feed it in. So these lines here, I'm guessing everyone that's watching this video either has a machine or is planning on getting one. So if you already know how it works, I apologize, but for those that are planning to get the machine, I'm just breaking down the little details. So this guide here should be where the edge of your mat goes, and then you'll use this up arrow to load it in. So what I usually like to do is do a test cut, which I'll show you in a second, just to make sure that the depth of the needle and the sharpness and everything is okay before I do the entire stencil. So now let's check it out. Press the down arrow to release the mat. Then you could see the little test cut. Right, and then you'll take your little weeding tool. Then I usually just take the inner triangle out. If it comes out easily like that, then I would say the cut is good. If there's some pieces stuck, then at that point you might have to change some settings, or maybe change your needle, check it out, all of those things. I'll probably make another video down the line showing you how to change the needle, how to clean out the needle, and all that good stuff. All right, so we'll load this back in. I usually like to keep an eye on it. Obviously it's gonna work by itself, but sometimes things get jammed. Sometimes the mat gets stuck. You wanna also make sure the back of the vinyl cutter, nothing's blocking it, because the mat is gonna go back and forth.